New York Jets and the Miami Dolphins. This thing has moved to 3 in favor of the Dolphins because as we were recording this, Mike White was ruled out for the New York Jets. It is going to be Joe Flacco going for the New York Jets. Now, that being said, we don't know who's going to be playing quarterback for the Dolphins. Teddy Bridgewater was able to get back in a limited fashion, even with the dislocated pinky on his throwing hand yesterday. So there is that. Skylar Thompson, of course, looms, and they did go sign Mike Glennon as well for the Miami Dolphins. Yeah. So, dude, I would love a week 18 Glennon versus Flacco. Like that would just be like that'd just be the greatest like game. Like
with
week
a playoff spot on the line.
With a playoff spot on the line. Like just give that to me. But Steven, again, 3 points in favor of the Dolphins. Look like there's a slight potential. It could be Bridgewater, probably Skylar Thompson.
Feels to me like another team that has something to play for getting steamed and maybe overpriced against a team that quote unquote has nothing to play for, because it's not just the quarterbacks for the Dolphins. Their left tackle Teron Armstead back-to-back DMPs after he didn't play last week. Bradley Chubb and Xavier Howard back to a limited practice on Thursday. Still don't know if they're going to play. On the flip side, though, 3 offensive linemen with back-to-back DMPs for the Jets. So add that to the quarterback situation as well. But I think I'm tempted to play Jets teaser here. There's no reason for me to bet it as we record right now because of all the steam that's coming in on the Dolphins. If this gets the +3, I might take the Jets just straight up. But if we're going to sit in the 2.5 range, then I think Jets teaser leg here is fine because the Dolphins have been a below average, maybe a bottom 10 team with these other quarterbacks when they're on the field.
Well, let me give you real-time stuff here. Robert Saleh is on the mic as we are recording this. Dwayne Brown, George Fant, and Nate Herbig are all out for the game. So 3 starting offensive linemen for the Jets are all out to go with Joe Flacco there for the Jets. So there's that plays into this as well, which again, now I understand why everything is moving towards the Dolphins. And I think that is.
But still, like, are you going to lay? By the way, it's now 3 across the board. I just checked again. It's 3 across the board. Are you going to lay 3 with a hurt Teddy or Skylar Thompson? That's hard. I don't think I'm going to do that either.
Well, Adam, I got to tell you this. He's sitting at the podium, and Robert Saleh says that Flacco is like a Ford pickup truck. You might not appreciate him in September or October, but you really appreciate him when the weather turns nasty. So if that should help you with your handicap here, I assume.
Yes, the F either stands for Ford, Flacco, or what I think about this game. Guys.
Fart noise? Is that what the other F is?
Yeah, sure. Let's go with that.
Yeah, we'll go that one.
37's too high. And look at what you're going to have, right? You're going to have a injured second string and or third string quarterback. You have the New York Jets skipping over Zach Wilson to go to Joe Flacco in a spot where we just talked about being able to evaluate quarterbacks. You have the perfect spot to evaluate your second year quarterback, and you're like, now we're good.
Yeah, we'll just punt on this till next year. Yeah.
No, if you ever wanted a sign of Zach Wilson's future in New York, it's this game right here. The one thing I want to point out with the Miami Dolphins is we've talked so much about the handling of Damar Hamlin and how wonderful the Bills medical staff was in saving his life. The Miami Dolphins are going to miss the playoffs because they either willfully or ignorantly screwed up the concussion protocol on Tua Tagovailoa so badly that they left him out there in the second half when he likely was concussed, when they were, as you mentioned last week, Matt, trucking the Green Bay Packers. They were up 10 points on Green Bay, and they let Tua, at the very best in a compromised state, stay out in that game when Teddy Bridgewater easily could have guided them home with a victory they absolutely needed. And now this team is left in a spot where they need help.
Yeah, it really is. I think the only angle here, maybe if you wanted to play a Garrett Wilson, all the Garrett Wilson over props, that the only thing they have to play for is to get him rookie of the year. Right. And I mean, and so if he gets 15 targets in this game, it would not surprise me like in the least bit. Right. Like, I mean, like it just, that's all they have to play for. They have to play to get him rookie of the year. Sauce Gardner's already got it locked up on the defensive side. So it's like, they could walk out of this season saying we had both rookies of the year. Right. I mean, like there's at least that, and that could be Yeah, I know, right? I mean, if give them something to cheer for. Wilson, currently the second shot in that market at plus 205. If you are,
I feel for the Dolphins win total bettors as well, because I have a friend who has a good chunk of change on the Dolphins over win total here, and that's riding on this game. And he could have had it in any one of the games over the past month. And now he's in a situation where it's the final game and he needs Teddy / Skylar Thompson to beat a beat up New York Jets team to cash that win total over. So
good luck to him then.
Another fun, awful, torturous sweat coming for the Dolphins win total backers.